Right now, you guys are like dancing to an old rap song that I made a long time ago. Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you about my rapping days. Oh, sorry. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Talking Through the Media. Is your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. I'm your host, Chris Fagan. Tonight we're going to talk a lot about a little and little about a lot of entertainment news
Right now.
right? All right. So the last time, I know we ran long on it, but the last segment that I wanted to discuss was the situation where we've been leading up to is Sinners. So Sinners came out last week. Was it was last Friday? I saw it
Friday,
the Monday before it came out. I get that kind of luxury. When you're.
I need to be on your level.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah,
here?
Like step your game up. No. After the
Oh, I get it.
Dang, okay.
I'll tell you exactly
My
what
fault.
We'll have to do. And now I'll tell you. I'll let you know. I got you. We'll hook you up. But
Cool,
I got
cool.
to see an advanced screening of it, and I was on the edge of my seat. I love that movie. I think before we discussed what we're about to discuss what's been going on with how the media and how some of the fans have been reacting to the news of the deal that Ryan Coogler got. We'll get into that in a second. But real quick, I said that one of the things I liked about Sinners was the music and how it enhanced the horror in a way that I've never seen done before. Even music that even genres that aren't my thing. I literally was listening to the soundtrack
Yes.
the day before yesterday, driving around, and it takes a particular type of movie to get me to go. I'll buy that. Bone Thugs and Harmony wasn't in the soundtrack, so I usually don't buy it, but. But this time I did.
On it.
Right. What about you? You said I saw it. You said Jesoma, you haven't seen it, but
No. Now I get this backstory and stuff like that. It
Right.
feels like this movie's gonna actually give me something to talk about for a long time.
Yes,
I'm
I
also-
can't wait.
And I'm excited for this year when it comes to movies, man. I really genuinely am. I want the movies to be good. I mean, I haven't been disappointed, like super disappointed when it's come to movies this year. So I mean, I'm actually excited when it comes to media. So I hope Sinners is just another one that's that really does do it for me. I haven't seen it yet.
J-Rock, you did see it,
Yeah,
and you.
I did
what did
see
you
it.
Think about it.
I mean, for me, it's movie of the year.
Movie of the year.
Yeah, that's my take on it. I agree with you. The music was outstanding. I also have this. I'm a very big musical person, so if the score gets me into the movie, I'm downloading it. If it's a musical, I still listen to the Wicked musical every single day. But no, the music in this, Ludwig killed it, but he's always killed it with Ryan Coogler. I mean, the Black Panther soundtrack is top tier. The Creed soundtrack is top tier.
Right.
But it just made you feel so many emotions, and how there isn't really, without spoiling it, there isn't really, all the characters mean something. They all play a part, and they're all important. And that's something I haven't seen in a while.
Vampires in it. There was a
It's-
great story with that alone, with what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I instantly, as quick as we've learned about each one of those characters, I instantly cared about them. The second we got
Immediately.
like 2 or 3 minutes into a certain conversation, I instantly cared about that person.
Mm-hmm.
It was very
Yeah.
good.
I also watched it on Easter Sunday, so like even the spiritual, religious undertones and connections that it had me on the edge of my seat. So yeah.
I think I'm gonna really like this movie because based on what you guys are saying, I simply am a huge fan of giving characters their going ahead and fleshing out characters. I don't like when movies have random characters, unnecessary scenes, or things that just don't connect. And when I could connect with that character and they're fleshed out, I want to feel that connection like throughout the movie. I don't want it to be towards the end.
Without spoiling anything for you, you know how when Avengers and Endgame, all that came out, and people were like saying things like Thanos was right and stuff like that. Technically, like,
Thanos did nothing wrong.
Those movies that are good because that when the antagonist knows in their head that they're doing the right thing. That's the most
Killmonger.
and dangerous. Yeah, they're exactly. So it's like there's even some times where even in this movie,
you agree with them.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
like I get it.
So Coogler's able to do that with these villains. It's like that was a very interesting how. I'm like, this vampirism, huh? You're making some good points.
Yeah,
that's
literally.
I love that. I love like when they don't make a hey, he's gonna blow up the world. He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Stop him, Superman. I hate that. Like that's one of my biggest gripes with any type of movie, just making the villain just so unbelievably bad.
One-dimensional, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
that it does, and it doesn't even make sense. Like.
Right.
Like when people talk about like Lex Luthor type of evil, it's like, yeah, because Lex Luthor literally doesn't make any sense about how evil he is. Like, dude, come on now. I like the character.
You know, Lex Luthor's original one of his original motivations for why he hates Superman was because he's the cause of his baldness. It's in the comic book. He's in the lab doing some stuff. Superman swooped down to save something, caused an accident. The chemicals went over Lex's head. Bald. I hate that guy. I'm gonna destroy him.
Jesus. Hey man, all it takes is for you to get bald and that's it. It's over.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if it was something that's out of my control and then I lose all my hair, I don't mind. But if you selling me some dude from outer space who could
He's
literally
not even American.
he's not even American.
He doesn't even go here.
Yo, and you know for a fact that he just didn't care because Superman is notorious for being extremely careful because he could break everything.
Yeah.
So he literally just didn't care. He was like, "Yeah, fuck this guy's hair."
But did you die?
Exactly. If I was him, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna find a way to kill this dude." Like he didn't care. But yeah,
wait, Chris, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Did you watch it IMAX or regular?
It was on IMAX. The screening that we got was on IMAX. The next time I watch it, I'm gonna watch it in Dolby. I want to get that sound.
Okay, so I watched it in Dolby, and I'm planning on watching it in IMAX this weekend.
Yeah.
Dolby, wow.
All I'll say is that one scene for as far as music wise, that there was that one scene where everything was happening at the same time is all I'll say.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear that in Dolby.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna.
Just almost like, what the fuck? Stop!
Like, what are they talking about? What is
and you
IMAX?
guys took it to another level. It sounds like Charlie Brown's parents right now.
You know what? Now that I think about it, it did remind me of when like all the Charlie Brown gang when they get together and everybody's dancing. That was a scene that was kind of like that.
Yo, all right, you guys stop because you guys are gonna.
Now we're talking you into it now, right?
Yeah.
I haven't even talked in. You gotta go any further. Stop.
Did you already buy your ticket?
Oh no, I didn't,
bro.
All right.
Yeah,
I just be doing stuff bad. You're right.
So we're gonna discuss real quick the reactions to the deal that Ryan Coogler got with Warner Brothers for this movie. Ryan Coogler made with Warner Brothers for the Sinners movie. Is he being overly criticized as a black director for getting a deal that other white directors were praised for, like for example Steven Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, James Cameron, and Quentin Tarantino? This is what I was noticing. We're not recording live, so I can edit it in. There was a video that I saw on TikTok where a person really covered this whole topic very well. I don't know if I have his name. Did I mention him? No, I don't think I put it in here. Did I? Yeah, I did. Okay, I did later. Okay, well, before we get to that video, so in context, it says Ryan Coogler secured a deal with Warner Brothers for the film Sinners that included, number one, first dollar gross. Coogler received a portion of the gross ticket sales starting with the opening weekend. Rather than waiting for the studio to recoup the money first, he's getting his money right from the jump. This week, the first week, it made over $90 million worldwide. So, for example, if his deal was just like for 1%, which I know it's more than that, he would have made $900 million right off the top. If it's 10%, that's $9 million. The last thing I looked up, oh no, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, but I'll stop right there. What do you think about the concept of him being able to negotiate getting what's called first dollar gross? Who wants to go first on that one?
I could take that one. I think that it's important. It's just important for creators in general to go ahead and know their worth and get ahead of it. What he's doing is not unprecedented, so I don't understand the hate behind it. It's not like people haven't done it before. That's what I'm saying.
Just call it what it is.
No, it is racism, 100%. I mean, the only thing that I would think about is like, all right, did people really expect it to be this big of a movie? Is that why people were thinking about it? But then I'm like, no, it doesn't matter, because everything Ryan Coogler touches is gold. So why are we expecting this to be different? And it has to be a race component to it, of course. I think my issue with it more than anything is that Ryan Coogler has already established himself as a black man who is successful, and if not one of the best at what he does.
Yeah.
And now that he's gotten this opportunity, I think that it was more than justified. I think that it was he should have done this with other projects. I just think that this is the right opportunity where there doesn't need to be another attachment to it where it's like, oh, well, this is a Marvel thing going on, or this is something else going on. So, this is why he shouldn't be getting this and that. Like, this is something that he did for himself. And he's like, I'll hold on to this movie as long as I need to. I mean, but I'm going to get mine. And I think it was the right move.
I thought about going down the topics as it is on the show notes, but I'm going to hit it as it comes up organically, like what you brought up a minute ago about you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate for, you get what you fight for in this situation.
Yeah.
So just like what you said, where he knows his worth and everything. Here's something that when I was doing my research on it, that people were thinking why this was unprecedented, because most of the names that I said, like Nolan, Mel Gibson, Spielberg, for example, Spielberg, things like that, they usually have a long list of movies before they get to that level where they can just be like, I'm about to make a movie and you're going to pay for it, and that didn't fucking deal with it because I'm me, right? But this is his fifth movie. So, yeah. But that only, but you gotta put it in context, especially in today's Hollywood. It's like,
yes.
It's like you did. Oh, okay, I get it, Spielberg. You made billions and billions of dollars, but that's only, your movies really only started making that much money because Hollywood as a whole. I mean, he's one of the reasons why movies are making that. One of the reasons why movies are making that much money today, but.
And the way they're filmed,
like there's a Ryan Coogler hit $1 billion on his third movie, with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Like so it's like he's already hitting, and when you're on that type of a track record, he's already hit $1 billion. Nolan didn't hit $1 billion until he finally what was it, The Dark Knight?
Batman? Yeah.
It was Mel Gibson. I don't even think The Passion of the Christ made $1 billion. It was just that it was just
cultural. It was a cultural thing
and whatnot, and him getting the rights to it at the time was a big deal. He just, like I said, he put in his work. He knew what his value was, and he was able to negotiate it. But no one said those things that they said about they're saying about Ryan Coogler. Before I get into further, I'll let J Rock. What do you think about this situation so far with this coverage?
I mean, it's literally just racism to me.
Yeah.
From what I read,
I mean, your thoughts on like the first dollar gross thing first, and then the coverage.
I mean, I think he's smart. Like, what he did was super smart, and then even later on with like getting the rights to it in 25 years, and then being able to sell it to any stream service that he wants. Just like super duper smart with all the moves that he's making, and deserved. I mean, I've watched Fruitvale Station. I think that was the first time I saw him and Michael B. Jordan team up, and that movie's I mean, you'll cry because it's based on a true story. But even from there, you could see the genius behind how he writes people. And like for me,
you understood why he got Black Panther just by that alone.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to me, like how he moves is super smart. So for me, I'm super happy that he's able.
Sorry.
Yeah.
For me,
Press the button. I think he's super smart with what he's doing. I think the way people are writing about him, like I think it was Variety that wrote about like how opening week wasn't enough money compared to other movies.
Yeah.
And then I think Ben Stiller came out and was like, why are they talking about it this way when any other white producer or any other movie, we would be hyping it up?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's clear racism.
We did hype it up when another producer did it. When when Spielberg gets it, when Mel Gibson gets it, when Nolan does it, when Quentin Tarantino gets that kind of a deal. Oh man, that's cool. Can you believe? Hell, let's go back further. Jack Nicholson didn't want to. He didn't want to play the Joker in the Batman for that Batman movie. They had to offer him like a percentage of the box office. Damn. Instead of paying him his regular salary, I'll take a percentage, and then he said yes, and then that was one of the first blockbusters, the way that we call a blockbuster to today's standards. Yep. That happened in 1989, and that's why Jack Nicholson can afford those Lakers courtside tickets.
He just be sitting there
because he's still living off that Joker money.
See, that's crazy.
But that's what Ryan Coogler is trying to do. Like he's trying to set himself up, and people are just hating on it. Go ahead, Jim.
One of the craziest things about it too is that the way that Variety did set up that article was to make it seem as if it wasn't as big as it was, but you have to remember that the way that he went about it was that he kind of not even manipulated it. He kind of structured it in a way where he put so much more of himself behind it that the studios didn't. And that amount of money that it made is in fact ridiculous, but they don't want to say it like that. They say it in a way where it's like it only made. It's kind of like when a black person is very eloquent, like with their speech or something like that. Yeah, and they're like, "Wow, they're so well spoken for you're like one of the nice ones." That's how
you're so
how
kind and polite and intelligent. Yeah,
and you're not trying to rob me right now. What is it, watermelon?
Until I do. Now I want to rob you.
Exactly. It's like why is it that it's destroying, like another outlet's headline was like, this is destroying the destruction of Hollywood. Why is it such a destruction?
That's so crazy.
This is one director. And, I mean, Tyler Perry's is getting like he's already gotten deals like this. Oprah Winfrey's got her own studio and stuff too. But it's like
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele is already and earlier this week I compared the two. I said, you know what? Let me do a little sidebar real quick. Let me actually I posted this on social media. I said, are we looking at Sinners with recency bias? I guess this question would only be for J-Rock, since Jesoma was like, you ain't cool like us. You didn't see the movie, so I can't ask you this question. Okay. Is it recency bias? Because remember because now that this movie is a hit and people love it, they're like, Ryan Coogler should direct every horror movie we ever get from now on. Like, you said the exact same thing about Jordan Peele when Get Out came out.
Get Out came out,
and Sinners came out the same year or the same month, the same week or whatever. Who would you be giving it to? Would you be like, Jordan Peele needs to direct everything, or Ryan Coogler needs to direct everything? I mean, I'm like, is it just recency bias? And people in my comment section, they were like, no, it's better than Get Out. It's just, I'm like, and there was 100% of the comments are saying that it's that Sinners is better. I'm not saying that Sinners is not better than Get Out. That to me proves that it's recency bias, because I remember when Get Out came out.
Get Out was a cultural movement.
Yeah,
everything, gargoyles, everything.
Yeah,
this is not getting the same, and as somebody who could speak from a place that didn't see the movie, this is not getting the same like vibe as Get Out got. It's not the same intensity. Like when Get Out came out, everybody was like, "Yo, I'll fight you if you didn't see the movie." Like it's gonna be a fist fight in the street because it was that like.
No, it's the same. It's the same thing.
I'm gonna push back on that because
I'm saying as somebody that didn't see the movie,
part of you might be thinking that because isn't it true that you might not want to get any spoilers, right? So maybe you're not trying to receive any reviews or any comments about Sinners because you haven't watched it yet. But after you watch it, you'll then be tapped into. I'm gonna agree with J Rock. It's the exact same.
Okay.
Because
maybe that's what it is.
Because I saw it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I need to
have a guard up because you don't want to get spoiled.
That is what it is. That is what it is. I just haven't seen a cultural shift like Get Out, but then that's also me saying that from a point of
but at the same time, it's two different. It's hitting on two different levels. I mean, like Get Out. It was funny how the liberal left was the fake allies that on that. And then on this one we're talking about and music. So it's
you're right about that. Okay. So I thought you were gonna spoil.
No, I would go ahead.
No. He's talked enough. No.
You're right.
No, go ahead. Get out your last thought before I
was just gonna say that. I mean, I'm waiting. I want to see it. See what happens. And see. I want to make that comparison myself. I think that it could be recency bias, man. Like it does happen. It happens with every blockbuster movie that comes out. It might be the best thing since sliced bread because of this and that. Did you guys notice this part and that part? Like, and then the next year we're not talking about it in the same way. So I want to see it for myself and then
Sinners the Caitlin Clark of Hollywood. No, I'm playing.
Is Sinners the Caitlin Clark?
No, I would say Get Out is Caitlin Clark. She's the Paige Beckers. Sinners is the Paige Beckers.
Is Sinners the Paige Buckets? I don't know.
I would say that apart from recency bias, I would also say is the lack of people knowing Ryan Coogler's work.
Exactly.
Because now they're all obsessed about Sinners, and it's like, okay, but where were you for Black Panther? Where were you for Creed? Where were you for Fruitvale Station? Like, you could see the way that he creates characters, the way he writes characters, his filming, the music. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is brand new. We've never seen this before. Jordan Peele has been making back-to-back bangers of just horror movies. That's his theme. Yeah. Ryan Coogler is a little bit more diverse in how he could make different types of movies. He's just tapped into horror right now.
Okay.
It might become like the equivalent to the Steven Spielberg for black directors. I mean, because Steven Spielberg can take on any genre and he makes a hit. So far, Ryan Coogler has too.
Is on the same wave.
Every genre has been a hit.
You know what? You know what? We can't keep comparing these two black kings to each other. There's space for all of us. Yeah. We could all sit at the top and eat. We don't got to compare it, because the thing is that I think that's what also people are doing. They're saying, "Oh man, you know what? But who's better between these two?" It's like maybe they both are just insanely great. And
I have something for you.
Go ahead.
What you got?
So Jordan Peele drops him in what, September?
I believe that is when it comes out.
Let's see how people try to compare him and Sinners when that drops.
Is him a vampire movie?
It's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
Oh, yeah, of course it's gonna be.
Yeah. I mean, it's about an athlete who is a starting quarterback. Yeah. So
and if it's a hit, I mean, you said that Jordan had banger after banger. Now, ever since Get Out, everything that he does is always compared to Get Out, and it's always. For some people, it's gotten lesser and lesser, and
that's crazy to me.
I could see that.
They're all great movies,
because Us is intense.
I think that the issue is that we don't understand how. Like, it's like when we have something that's really, really good, and we don't understand what to compare it to, except for the last thing, what that was its best. I think he's just released banger after banger after banger, and they've all been like equally yoked, just in a different way.
Yes.
Like if you
different types of horror.
Yeah, like when I watched Nope, I was like, this isn't like Get Out, but this is Get Out level. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have to say, oh, it was better or it was worse. You get what I'm saying?
the thing about that I think that stands out a little bit different, even if Sinners doesn't gross as much like all the like $1 billion, all the money in the world, right? I think that this deal that that Coogler secured, it leads to, before I knew that this deal was even in place, when I watched Sinners, no, not to, so I'm not going to spoil anything. I was like, by the end of it, I was like, I can see, not necessarily like Sinners 2, but I could see a sequel that was in the same vein, and
or a prequel,
with some of the same characters. I could see something else from this. I could see a franchise. And then later on, the very next day, then I learned about this deal that he secured, and from what I can tell, that's exactly what Coogler is going for. I feel like John Wick, how it's like all these sequels, and then there's a TV show here, there's a spinoff. I think he's about to create a whole world. Like whether or not, maybe we'll get a series on a character that we met in the movie, and it's not even about
That'd be
vampires.
So sick.
And it's
Yeah.
What was the name? What was that character's name? Cornbread or Junebug? What was it?
Cornbread.
Was it Cornbread?
Yeah.
Like I can see a whole TV show on him, or maybe we can go into the further in the past or further in the future or something like that. I believe that what he is doing, and because now he's got it in place.
He's got the foundation,
that there's going to be more, whether or not it's. I'm thinking there could be a television series. I'm thinking and all in the same unit. I think there's about to be a Sinners universe that we're about to get. I felt that before I knew that this was in place. By the end of the movie, I was like, the way the movie ends, you were like, could be a complete good contained one and done. But at the same time, I was like, there's so many things I could also do if I did want to open it up to something. It could be a perfect one and done, or it could be a franchise.
Honestly,
that's so true.
It's probably one of the movies where, in a while, I would say it's since like Infinity War or Endgame, where I walked out of the movie theater and everyone was just like in awe of what they just watched, like still trying to piece together what they missed, and if like just complete, like everyone was just like mind blown. And I walked out and I was just like, what did I just watch? This was amazing. Like I need to rewatch this.
The fact that Haley Steinfeld in real life found out that she has a black ancestor because of this movie was
crazy.
It was funny.
Crazy.
It was like, that was method acting, y'all. I was like, that's really
that's me.
I'm curious though that whether or not her character was really originally was white, and then when they found out that she had a black ancestor, they just decided to throw that in to it or something like that, or something like. I wonder.
Do not spoil it. I don't know any of what's going on.
That was on an interview.
I know. I heard about that. I also have I think that the Haley Steinfeld like part black thing and how people react to things is just weird. Like with the whole she's one of us. I hate that whole type of rhetoric. Do you guys think that they should have went and casted somebody who is part black? There was like obviously part black, or do you think that they should have? Okay, that just don't because I don't know what the character's role is anything.
I always assumed she was part black. I see her nose. I'm like, no, she got something in there.
Got something in there.
I was always like that even from Hawkeye. I was like, something.
You'll know once you watch the movie. It'll make sense.
Okay. Because I had a feeling that it would, and I was like, there had to be a reason why they casted.
Bro, there's some scenes in that movie. You're not ready.
Question without a spoiler.
Okay, then don't.
There's so many spoilers.
Also, one of the things that I did want to say when it came to the movie, I think that people hate the fact that they didn't have the courage to stand up against the machine, and that's why they're giving Ryan Coogler so much hate, because they're like, oh, you're ruining Hollywood. It's like, you're mad because you went ahead, you made this movie, you took a shitty deal, and now that you took this shitty deal, then you can't benefit like I'm benefiting because I chose to stand 10 toes down on my work, and I believed in it in the way I did.
There's probably a bunch of directors right now that's like,
Yep.
I've been in this fucking game and making money for these
Yep.
studios for 30 years, and this dude can just come in and on his fourth movie and get that type of a deal.
Exactly.
I haven't gotten that deal yet. It's like, yeah, you haven't gotten that deal yet, and I understand, but Ryan Coogler, maybe in comparison to whoever this unnamed director that I'm thinking about, maybe Ryan Coogler made a total gross of all your movies combined with
Exactly.
Black Panther alone.
Exactly.
That's why. It's like,
And he believed in himself.
Hollywood
And
does
also,
not care. Like, believe it or not, Hollywood does not care that you're white, black, Hispanic, male or female. They only care if it'll make money. If you could guarantee
Money talks.
that Disney would make $3 or $4 billion on the most racist, offensive movie ever made,
They'd make it.
greenlight it.
They'd make it, yeah.
Make it. Wait, $5 billion at the box office? Greenlit. Offend
Dude.
them all.
I think that also, like, I think the main example of this is Justin Baldoni. And I know it's an odd angle.
Yeah, I
But-
gotta.
Yeah.
Let's put this up to flagpole and see if I salute it. Go ahead.
So Justin Baldoni has vocalized multiple times that he felt super uncomfortable in the situation that he was in. He's vocalized it multiple times, but he wanted his work to come out so much that he did not want to go ahead and ruffle feathers. He just went with it. And look at the situation. And he gave into it.
Yeah.
Instead of wanting to hold the movie and be like, no.
The movie was ass.
Yeah, and try to hold the movie and be like, you know what? I'm gonna release it when I want to release it, the way I want to release it, and I'm not gonna give in, and I'm gonna do it in a proper way. If he was to go ahead and do that, then he would be in such a better situation. But it just proves that sometimes you have to sit on your project to make sure that your art comes out and not a variation on it.
Yeah, you like I said it before, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. And she, what was it? We talking about Ryan Reynolds. What's her name?
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively.
Yeah, they know what they want to do. They go in, they muscle, they strong arm, and they want to position themselves in all this power. And this is what happens.
And then it flops.
But for the social media analysts of the situation that's going on with Ryan Coogler with Sinners, I want to give it. I did write it in my notes. Okay, so it's a shout out to a content creator named Nicholas Curcio, if I'm saying that right, from at Nicholas Curcio Writer on TikTok, who covered one of many like disrespectful articles, such as from like we mentioned like Variety earlier, and then from Vulture, that said this is a trend. This is the end of Hollywood, and another one that said this is very dangerous. And so in the chats, people were saying things like this has come from one of the top chats in that video alone was from a Cassia saying, meanwhile, Quentin Tarantino did this years ago in a very similar deal, but when Ryan does it, it's ruining the horrible, flawed system that Hollywood ruined from the inside. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed some of my notes. But but you see what I'm saying? Like it's funny how when they did it, no one said a damn thing. But now all of a sudden, Hollywood is being destroyed and being ruined.
But when a black man does it, it's a problem.
Yeah. So this, now I just jogged my memory. This reminds me of, and I bring this up a little bit too much on this channel, when Hurricane Katrina hit and people were wading through water and trying to find food and things like that. There was a newspaper that had reporters and videographers out taking pictures of the people like trying to survive after the aftermath, and there was a black family that found like a corner store that was abandoned and flooded, but they needed food, so they broke in and they tried to find whatever they could find so they can eat and get fresh drinking water. And a white family, exact same store, same newspaper, everything was a white family did the exact same thing in the exact same store. But the newspaper that covered it, they showed a picture when the black family, it said, family here seen here stealing from local store after hurricane. White family, same store, same newspaper. Family seen here finding food. So that's exactly what it makes me feel like. Why did you cover it that way for the black family versus the white family? So it's like that's what I feel like.
That's the media for you, though. It's always pinning us against each other.
Yeah. So in another comment, there's a person at Hibibis. Oh, well, I don't know if I'm saying that. She goes, so they are saying that it ends. Oh, sorry. So they are saying it ends. It's the end of the studio system when black men ask for the same thing that previous white directors did. Oh, okay. You know, so why? Like, how long do we have to endure this? I mean, just before we started, or right at the beginning of this show, we had to hear somebody who won't be named about a particular scene in Avengers Endgame. But why does this kind of coverage keep happening?
Listen, it's different, okay?
Whatever you say, Jesoma.
Stealing supply.
I'm just saying. I want women to write women, and I want men to stay out of women's business.
Yeah,
Jesoma. Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
You're welcome.
Oh my god.
Oh, but like we said earlier, before we when we wrap this up, is that Mel Gibson, he owns The Passion of the Christ. Quentin Tarantino will get ownership of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in a few decades. Christopher Nolan secured a deal with Universal Pictures that granted him total creative control, a $100 million budget, and equal marketing. Spent 20% of first dollar gross. So if Christopher Nolan was able to get 20%, I'm assuming that Ryan Coogler got at least 20% or more.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Heavy on the more.
I'm thinking like at least 20 to 25%, because that was recent. That was Oppenheimer. That this was about. So I'm assuming about the same. A $100. I'm sorry, $100. A 100-day exclusive theater window. So I don't know if that was in it, but I remember Christopher Nolan negotiating things like, I want a cut of the gross, and you better keep it in theaters for at least 100 days. None of this 45-day shit and going to streaming. So he made sure that money was going to get pushed in theaters as long as he can. So Coogler was able to get this deal by his 5th film, and it is an outlier, but at the same time, not all those directors had billion-dollar movies that hit in the box office with Black Panther and Wakanda Forever and whatnot. So
Creed.
And Creed. I mean, that was a franchise that Sylvester Stallone was not going to go back to. He had one sit down with Sylvester Stallone and said, "I have a great idea." And Sylvester Stallone said he was not in the mood to be hearing any Rocky ideas. But the second he heard what Ryan had to say, I mean, and Sylvester Stallone got an Oscar nomination from it. Jesus. Mr. Oscar.
Y'all.
To Oscar. Come on.
So, did any of the other people get like articles dropped about them doing these movie deals, or is it just Ryan Coogler?
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah, they did. I remember hearing it in real when it happened. It was just, oh, really? That's cool, and then gone. It was nothing burgers. Nothing.
Got it.
No, he deserves it. Heath Ledger was awesome. When Heath Ledger was first cast, y'all thought that it was the Brokeback Mountain guy. Y'all all said that shit. But in hindsight, he's like, give him all the money he wants. It's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
God.
Makes sense.
So, I mean, I'm sorry, I get kind of pissed off.
I love the crash outs.
Great rant. That was perfect.
Outs.
Yeah, that was perfect.
But that's any final? I know it's getting late over there, guys. Any final thoughts on what Ryan Coogler is going through? I mean, he'll muscle through this, right?
God bless that brother. I hope he gets even more than what he asked for. I hope that he makes more of the universe. When it comes to Sinners, I hope that when I see the movie, I hope I cry. I hope I laugh. I hope I dance. I hope everything happens for him. Like, he deserves that because he's been feeding us and we've been eating, bro.
Yeah.
No, I will 100% be buying the movie when it comes out. I'm gonna go watch it again and again, and I'm excited for the rest of the world to watch the movie. It's a really good movie of the year.
I'll say to all the viewers that are watching this exactly what I said to my wife. After I get Joy to watch this film, I'm gonna demand that she do that thing that was that Haley did. That
I'm not.
Oh my god! You know what? Me too. Me too.
I'm like, you're like, no spoilers. I was like, no, I'm not gonna spoil it.
But if you know, you know, bro.
You're gonna demand it.
If you know, you know.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Sinners is what they used to call like a water cooler show. Back in the day before, when people would just watch something on TV and then they talk about it the next day at work in front of the water cooler. Is what they would call a water cooler show. Like Sinners is one of those things. Like, oh man, did you see it? It's like Get Out. It's got that buzz, and I'm happy for Ryan Coogler. I'm hoping my theory is correct that there's going to be a big Sinners universe. I'm hoping that it expands, and we'll see. We'll see. Maybe the sequel will be called The Blessed. I don't know. Maybe it'll go the other way.
I can see that happening.
Heathens.
Heathens. The Sinners 2: Rise of the Heathens.
That'd be so sick.
I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry. I knew I could already tell. I was like, when I was preparing for the show, I was like we're gonna go over.
I know.
It's all good.
It always happens.
It's an ongoing theme, a joke on my channel. Whenever I guarantee a tight 30 minutes. That's maybe
one segment.
Maybe one segment.
But so I'm sorry if I kept you up too late. But guys, I appreciate you guys for helping us out. I'm sorry that the live stream that I messed that up and we couldn't. But I'll make sure to edit this and I'll get it out as fast as I can, and I'll get it on the stream, and I'll make sure to give you guys a shout out as often as I can. I demand. I'm calling it right now. I demand that we collab again. If you want me to come to your channel,
hell yes,
I will.
Yes,
hell yes. That'd be so awesome.
Who do I have to kill to get on your channel?
That'd be
nobody.
Freaking fire. Yo, that'd be dope.
So many people. I'll just kill them all. But definitely I will. And so guys, if I'll put the floor back to you guys. If people want to find you online, J-Rock, let's start with you. If people want to find you on, since you're the cool one that actually likes movies that are awesome, your taste in TV shows questionable, but
that's what I said.
There you go. But where can people find you online?
J Squared Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I think that's about it. We might have a link tree on our Instagram page that you could check us out, but we're out there.
And just is it Jesoma? Am I saying that right?
You got it.
Yeah.
If people want to find you online, where can they do so?
Same. I mean, J Squared Podcast on all platforms, and also on Spotify. If you want to go ahead and listen to our past episodes and things like that. We do a bunch of things. We do a lot of giveaways and whatnot. So stay tuned for that. If you guys do follow us, always a chance you could win something. So yeah, just throwing that out there.
Oh, dude, you just reminded me, and I meant to plug it on this thing. And I did a last second giveaway. I was gonna do like a giveaway, like $100 gift card for your stream, or for like whatever streaming platform that you choose, or maybe a movie theater like AMC or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm looking for is for to contribute to my giveaway. I'll set this up for like every week. If you give me your for me, let me push the button.
For me
Comments. I don't care if it's on this topic, any other topic we talk about, or anything you just want to get off. You're just like, for me, I think that people who talked during the movie need to, get slapped in the back of the head. It's like something.
Oh, like a hot take.
Like
nice.
Whatever your hot take for me, give me. Or I feel like for me that people who haven't seen Sinners should be rounded up, and it's just whatever you want to say. Yeah, just give me your for me, and and for the best ones, I'm gonna give prizes.
Rounded up by Michael B. Jordan. I mean, I don't know.
There's a couple people in that movie you could be rounded up by.
I'm telling you. I'm like,
Hey,
I'm
yo.
telling you, I mean, by the end of that movie, I swear to God, when the credits started rolling, I was like, yeah, ready.
Walking out like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, right, bite me. Bite me. But God, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it, guys. And until next time, guys, comment, like, subscribe. Go follow the J Squared podcast on all the socials, on all the platforms, on all the pods and the whatever you can click. If you can click it, click it.
Right
These
now.
guys are awesome. These guys are funny, and you know what? They know they can dish it out as well as they can take it. So I that's what it's all about.
Let's
So
go.
guys,
Man.
until next time, I'm Chris Fagan. This is Talking Through the Medias, and have a good one, guys. Peace.
Peace.
And thank you guys for watching our video. I really do appreciate it. Remember, you can support our show by becoming a member or a patron. So click the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll never miss out on when we go live or post new content. Let's stay connected, grow this community together. Like, subscribe, comment, and let's keep talking.